Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down our 13 favorite things we feel like you should always do while at Walt Disney World. So if you are in the process of planning a Disney vacation and you're trying to find some of those little secret things or just some of the best things to do, you're going to want to be sure to stick around to the end of this video, as I have a feeling it is going to be helpful. I'm excited. Let's go get started. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we're about to break down our 13 favorite things that we feel you should always do in Walt Disney World. And there is so much to do at Walt Disney World, so much that so many guests don't even know about some of our favorite things to do in the parks. And as you'll see, there's a lot more to Walt Disney World than just rope dropping and racing to the different rides and attractions, and we want to share some of those with you. Let's jump right in. Starting at number 1, we would say to try all of the free transportation in the parks and around the resorts. Now, this might sound silly, but Disney World has many different modes of transportation, and some of our favorite things to do are to take them and explore the resorts. Now, the newest one is the Disney Skyliner, and we feel like this is almost an attraction in itself. As you soar over select Disney resorts, you'll find that the Disney Skyliner route goes in between Hollywood Studios, Epcot, each having a Skyliner station, and the resorts such as Caribbean Beach, Art of Animation, Pop Century, and the Riviera resorts. Taking it one step further, there are also the friendship boats. Now, these boats are located outside and also inside of the parks, which some guests might not even be aware of. Now, if you're traveling in World Showcase and your feet are starting to hurt and you're all the way at the front and you're trying to get back into America or Italy, did you know that these boats will actually bring guests from the front of World Showcase all the way to the back, which is perfect if you've just had way too many snacks at one of the festivals. Now, last but not least, we do have the Disney buses, which will also run to all the resorts, parks, and even take guests to Disney Springs, which we highly recommend going to during your visit. Okay, moving on to number 2, and we would say try one of the special extra activities offered in the theme parks. Now, one of the most magical things about Walt Disney World is that there are extra activities for guests, especially those with kids if you're maybe looking to break up attractions during your day. Now, whatever park you're in, you're most likely going to be able to find one of those extra activities, even if you don't want to pay an extra experience fee. And to start the list, we do have a Pirate's Adventure, Treasure on the Seven Seas. Now, the goal of this quest is to help Captain Jack locate the treasures of the Seven Seas and fight off Captain Barbossa. This allows guests to explore Magic Kingdom's Adventureland via 5 different pirate raids using a pirate map and magic talisman. And again, this is just a very cool kind of mini scavenger hunt within the Magic Kingdom park. Okay, moving on to number 2, and we do have the Wilderness Explorers. Now, the Wilderness Explorers is a self-paced scavenger hunt-like activity at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Guests of all ages earn badges throughout the park, just like Russell did as a wilderness explorer in the movie Up, and you get to learn about the wilderness skills, fossils, conservation, and so much more. And the other cool thing, of course, is that this is included absolutely free within your ticket. There are 30 badge opportunities all throughout the park, and we just think this is a really fun thing for the kids to do. Okay, next we do have the Epcot Festival Scavenger Hunts. We could purchase a scavenger hunt board for about $10 and find a certain character in Epcot. It's important to note you don't have to pay the $10 up front, so you could do the scavenger hunt. To get the prize though, that's when they kind of hit you for the $10. And some of the festival scavenger hunts that have gone on recently are Remy's Hide and Squeak, Figment's Brush and With the Masters Scavenger Hunt, and Spike the Bee's Pollination Scavenger Hunt. And then, of course, they actually do have similar tasting trails throughout all of the other festivals. Also, another cool one for the entire family is the Holiday Cookie Stroll, one where you get to kind of jump around and eat cookies. Who doesn't love that? Don't forget also for kids in Epcot, specifically Epcot, we do have the KidCot Fun Stops, which is participating in fun discovery experience, collecting activity cards at each country throughout World Showcase. And the cool thing is you will find a KidCot Fun Stop in every international pavilion at Epcot. Okay, in at number 3, and this might surprise some families, but we just feel like Animal Kingdom does not get enough love. And that's why we're saying to spend a full day in Animal Kingdom. Now, many people think that Animal Kingdom is a half-day park, but we seriously recommend taking the entire day to explore. Animal Kingdom is very simply like a zoo and a theme park combined, with many different animal walking trails and very unique animal sighting opportunities. And to start, we do have Discovery Island Animal Trails, which is right in the beginning of the park with a few walking paths and animal exhibits. We have the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trails, which is located in Africa, with many of the animals from the safari. And of course, we do have one additional jungle trek in Asia with tigers, tapirs, bats, and more for the kids to enjoy. Now, taking it one step further, looking past all of these really, really cool animal experiences, of course, we can't forget that Animal Kingdom is well known for its shows. Now, some of the most popular are Nemo the Musical, Big Blue and Beyond. We have Festival of the Lion King, and then, of course, we do have Feathered Friends of Flight. So you could see, don't skip Animal Kingdom. There is plenty to do and have fun. Moving on to number 4, and we would say explore the Disney resorts. Now, if you're like us and you want to take it slow on 1 or 2 of your days, we definitely recommend making it a resort day and hopping around the Walt Disney World resorts. Now, one of the most popular questions that we get is, Mike, if I'm not staying at a hotel, can I make a Disney dining reservation? Yes, you absolutely can, and we actually think it's a great way to go and explore and experience the different Disney hotels. As you'll see, some of these hotels actually have their own schedule of special events, especially around the holidays. Some are paid and some are free, but they're all really worthwhile and truly one of our favorite things to do when at the parks. Some of the things that come to mind are you can catch a beachside fireworks show at one of the monorail resorts, take a paid class, which could be a mosaic tile art at the Riviera or the Sangria University over at Coronado Springs. You can go horseback riding at Fort Wilderness, take a nighttime safari at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, check out the holiday creations, the gingerbread house over at the Grand Floridian. And of course, like we said, check out one of the amazing restaurants. Okay, so moving on to number 6, and we would say don't forget to purchase some memorable souvenirs to bring back home. And of course, we know that there are many different Disney souvenirs that you can find in other places other than the Disney theme parks, but let's be real, those just aren't as magical or sentimental, and that's why we're making sure to state that we do think that Disney has a lot of really, really cool souvenirs. So spend some time, give yourself some extra time just to explore the Disney parks. Okay, moving over to number 7, and we would say take some time to experience Main Street USA. Now, Main Street USA is often overlooked and is used as just a walkway to Cinderella's castle, but of course, there are some really, really memorable moments here. That's why we highly recommend to slow it down and circle back to Main Street to try to check out some of those really, really cool stores and some of the features that they have going on Main Street. Now, and some of those things include riding a Main Street vehicle. You can catch a ride in Town Square for your nostalgia one-way journey in a horseless carriage or fire engine. And then, of course, one of the other really, really cool things is you can get a haircut at Harmony Barbershop. While you can walk in and get a haircut, you definitely might want to book an advanced reservation for this one. And this is another really, really popular event for families who are trying to celebrate their child's first haircut, right? So this could be something really, really unique that not that many people know about. Okay, so moving on to number 8, and we would say always be over-prepared. Now, while Disney trips are magical, a lot can go wrong with so many different moving parts. So we always suggest to at least be keeping backup plans in mind when planning, and always have backup, items that you can rely on in a pinch, such as weather and the rain. And taking it one step further, if it does rain, sometimes those nighttime shows can be canceled. So just be aware and just kind of keep that in mind, as you're going about your day. Also, some of the outdoor rides might get canceled if it is raining or there's thunder in the area. So get the outdoor rides out of the way as early as possible. And then, of course, another important thing is to always kind of overestimate how many rides you can get on within a day, just because you never know what's going to happen. You never know how crowded the parks will be. So we just feel like having a game plan, over preparing, right, is just some of the most important things when visiting Walt Disney World. All right, number 9, and we would say try different foods or get groceries delivered. Now, if you want to save some serious money, one of our favorite things to do, especially when you don't have a rental car, is to get groceries delivered right to your hotel. And in the day and age we live in, this is actually a lot easier than you might think. Grocery delivery services allow you to go on their website, order from a preset selection of groceries, and then they deliver them to your hotel. Now, we kind of always gear towards Instacart. I just feel like it's the easiest, but you also have options to do Amazon Prime. Garden Grocer, I think, is another big one. But again, this is just one of the things that we've been doing pretty much every single trip that we go to Disney now, just because who doesn't love, just having like little snacks and waters and stuff like that in the room, right? It will just help you, like we said, save that much more money within the parks. Okay, number 10, and this is really for large families who are visiting Disney. Make sure that everyone's My Disney Experience account is linked. And this is going to make it so much easier if you are looking to assign one person to make those Disney Genie Plus reservations, right? The Disney dining reservations. Again, if you connect all your accounts, one person can essentially make Disney Lightning Lane reservations for 10 people. Now, it's important that if you do this, right, and everyone wants to go on the Lightning Lane, you all need the Disney Genie Plus, right? With that being said, we just think it's so much easier just to make sure everyone's linked, everyone's friends on the My Disney Experience account, and then your days will go so much smoother. Okay, moving on to number 11, and we would say become a galactic hero. Now, who doesn't want to be a galactic hero? And there are certain rides at Walt Disney World that are a game in itself, and one of them is Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. Now, this game allows guests to shoot with their space laser gun, different enemies, and even the evil Emperor Zurg to earn points. Now, it is difficult, but you can actually get a score of 999,999, which makes you a galactic hero. And you, of course, can get a special sticker for scoring this high. So make sure you try your hardest and make sure you fill the kids in to try and see if anyone can become a galactic hero within your group. Okay, moving on to number 12, and we would say be aware of all the changes and stay up to date using the My Disney Experience app leading up to your trip. Now, there's a lot that goes into a Walt Disney World vacation, as you can see, and we do feel like the parks are constantly changing. So one of the important things that we always do is just try to stay up to date with these changes because they can impact your vacation. Now, while Magic Bands are still a thing, Disney now offers Magic Mobile, which allows guests to interact with certain features in the parks using their smartphone. And of course, some of the other things that we can't forget to mention, there's no more Fast Pass. We do have this new thing called Disney Genie Plus, which you definitely will want to be familiar with going into your trip because it is an additional cost now. And of course, some of those amazing fireworks shows that we have come to know and love have changed. They're still really, really cool. Disney does still have the fireworks show, but the newest one is Disney Enchantment and of course, Harmonious over at Epcot. Okay, so moving on to number 13 of the things we feel like you should always do at Walt Disney World, and we have always look out for the Epcot festivals. Now, chances are right now that you're probably visiting during one of the 4 international Epcot festivals, and we highly recommend stopping by if you can. And like we said, even if you have little ones in your family, Disney has gotten very, very creative with figuring out these little, scavenger hunt type games to keep them occupied. And we very simply just feel like the Epcot festivals are probably just one of our favorite things to do in all of Walt Disney World. We love sampling the food and the drinks. We love checking out the art. We love checking out the tapestries during the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. Everything about them we simply love, and we think that it is simply something you always should do when you're visiting Walt Disney World. Okay, so that is the list, everyone, from 1 to 13 on our favorite things we feel like you should be doing at Walt Disney World. I really hope that you learned something new from this list. If there's something that you always do when you're at Disney that we missed, please be sure to leave it in the comment section so we can pin it. Let everyone else know who's watching this video. These are some of the other cool things from Disney vets just like yourself. And if you are in the process of planning a Disney vacation and you do need some more videos like this, just be sure to subscribe to our channel as we have a lot more similar videos coming out in the coming weeks. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.